Good morning from me, B. So this morning I want to talk about feedback, which comes as a result of my son's parents' evening yesterday. For those of you that don't know what parents' evening is, it's where you go and speak to the parents about how your son, daughter is doing at school, discuss where they are currently, aspects that they can improve upon, and then we set a target as a parent, the teacher and the pupil jointly of what they should be aiming for based on current path, and if they were to apply where they believe that they could improve upon. It was really interesting, the process. Although I've been to many before, my son's at the stage now where he's taken his options, he's deciding on what choices he's making today, or deciding upon the choices of the exams that he takes in the next 2 years will determine what he does at the next level, which is college, which then determine what he does at university. So there's a bit of forward thinking to where he wants to get to, and then reverse engineering that to a choice now at 14. So first of all, the feedback was really good from the teachers, and we set the bar relatively high in terms of where we need him, where he needs to get to, based on the career path he wants to go to and ultimately the university that he wishes to attend. But it was really interesting as we sat there thinking about or discussing what he could improve upon. His state changed very slightly. Now he's only 14, so he doesn't have the knowledge and the worldly wisdom that we gain over many years. But the reason he closed up, because he was being questioned, stroke challenged on improvements that he needs to make for himself. He had to reflect based on the feedback that he was given. And for some people, especially children, that's not an easy task. We know where he's at because we read his reviews, and we had to complete a booklet before attending. So we know that he's achieving above average. He listed all of the aspects that he thinks he can improve upon within each subject matter, and then we discussed as parents where we believe that at a stretch he could get to. Now, some of the topics that he's chosen, or the options, there was a minimum entry grade that had to be attained. So he's already achieved that. The target was set into the future. Despite the confidence that he has within the subject matters, there was still that state change, as I said, where he needed to reflect upon himself. And for me in my profession, I find it always interesting when you positively push an individual to reflect on self and ask them how they can improve, their reaction, their action, their response. Now, it's important to embrace feedback. It's something that I've spoken about time and time again. It should be embraced. But within that feedback, it's also important that we think about what we can be doing on a daily basis to improve the quality of our life. Going back to what I've mentioned before about choices. Now, I've spoken to Joseph not only last night but also this morning about how the conversation went, and I asked him why there was a really clear, visible shift in his state, his approach, when being questioned about what he thinks he could improve upon. He's written it down, so he already knew the answers to the questions. He just said it felt uncomfortable talking about himself. Well, I think it's important that we talk about ourselves, not necessarily projecting it to the outside world in a state of arrogance, but certainly to ourselves, or if need be in the mirror, while we're on our own, during a meditation session or during prayer, whatever you do, it's important to think about ourselves, discuss where we want to get to, and make those conscious choices based on the feedback that we're getting. I said it the other day, if you're not looking after and caring for yourself as a result of poor nutritional choices, poor dietary choices, then the body's going to give you some really clear indications of that. It's going to highlight those through lethargy, through weight gain, through aches, through pains. The body doesn't want you to die. The brain's trying to keep you alive. The same can be said with the feedback. You listen to the feedback that you're getting externally, see whether it fits in, bearing in mind it might not be always true, might be another's projection of truth. You think about that, and then you make some conscious choices about what you're going to change to improve the quality of your life today, so that tomorrow it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be the best version that you have ever been. And I guess that's what I'm getting at with Joseph and the feedback that he's had from school is they're incredibly happy where he's at. His grades are exceptional. He's overachieving. We don't want him to get complacent with that, so we stretch him to the next level without applying too much pressure. Again, listening to the feedback that we're given from him. But also put him in a place where he's always maximising his potential. So today, if you're getting feedback, embrace it. Don't look at it as a negative. Look at it as an opportunity to pause for a moment and reflect about whether you're able to change, or if any changes that you could make would improve your life today, right now. How could you be stretched physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that tomorrow you are going to be the best version of self? How are you applying the right amount of pressure? And then perhaps ask yourself why you wouldn't be looking to overachieve. Why would you not be looking to improve the quality of your life? Why would you not be looking to push yourself to the next level? And if you're not happy with the answers that you're getting there, then perhaps that's just a really clear indication that you do need to change. Anyways, that's it from me today, B. I will catch up with you early next week. For now, peace out, be safe.